Now on Cavuto. Why one multimillionaire is giving when everyone else is cutting back. Speaking about terror, his country was hit hard by it only a week ago. Now, a man who made his fortune in this country reminds us all, it's as much about preparation as attitude. All right, welcome back. At a time when the rich are watching their wallets closely, there are still a lot of folks spending money and giving it away, too. Gurbaksh Chahal is one of them. The technology whiz made, get this, more than $300 million by age 25. He is now part of a new show on Fox called Secret Millionaires, also author of a memoir called The Dream. Also here at a time when, of course, we remember what happened in his native India less than a week ago. And I know you still have very tight roots back home. And that was a case of a financial juggernaut, right? That could be humbled by terror. Well, the worst terror incident your country had seen in years, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was a shock to India. It was basically the equivalent of 9/11 for India. And it kind of woke up everybody. But India is a very strong country. And, you know, it's basically keeping the attitude that they're going to figure out what happened and, you know, they will prevail. And we will prevail out of it.
All right, now, I know you said it was a shock to India, but you had more experience dealing with terror, certainly, than we did in this country prior to 9/11. Yet it was still a jolt. And some say that there's a potential civil war that could erupt there. Do you buy that?
It's possible, but I think that we're much more civilized as a global, you know, countries getting involved and making sure that that doesn't happen. So I think that the world economy and the world will make sure that doesn't happen to anybody.
Let me ask you, I was reading your book and I was thinking of your experience of how you made your fortune over the years from nothing, and a kid who wanted to get a job at McDonald's and was repeatedly rejected even though they said that they were hiring, and you kind of had a sense why they were rejecting it. You had this great success, and even through volatile markets you had this great success. With volatile markets all over again, history repeating itself?
It's probably a different type of history than at least from what I can remember, because I mean the '97 crash was pretty small, and you know, this is probably the worst thing since the Great Depression. But as
how would you know? You weren't even.
Well, you know, I read a lot.
You read a lot, but do you buy that it's that bad?
I think that there was a lot of artificial growth that went on in the last 5 years.
But you saw artificial growth in the internet boom. You wrote about the fact these guys who were becoming billionaires, and they had nothing to back it up.
Well, good things came to an end, and the ones that cashed out, and the ones that didn't, you know, evaporated, because that was paper.
Well, good thing you sold that one company to Yahoo fast, because they don't have enough money for paper towels there. Let me ask you, you had mentioned about the lesson in life about money. And I thought about in terms of what's happening in the markets now. You said the lesson here is clear: never do anything for money, or at least solely for money. Of course, you want to make money, but if that's your only goal, it will adversely affect all your decisions. I like to think that that was part and parcel of the financial crisis, the obsession for eye-popping pay packages and getting money for doing very little.
I agree. I think there was greed and fraud written in different parts of the sector, and I think that.
But how do you police that?
I think that's really where governance needs to get involved, where, you know, there's probably a lack of governance that forced us to be in a situation where we're in right now, where there wasn't the controls and measures, and hopefully with the new administration coming up, you know, we'll be able to not have a crisis like this ever again.
I was thinking the new administration, too. We have our first African-American president, a very proud time for the country, for minorities more to the point, and I was hearkening back to your experiences as this kid who was prejudiced against, coming from India. Different skin color, different look. Do you think that puts these kind of issues, the election of Barack Obama aside, that racism, that prejudice is less of an issue and less of an issue in corporate America?
I think it's a progression forward. I think it basically instills everybody to, you know, look at it that everybody has a chance. Dreams do come true. You know, you can go ahead and be whatever you want, do whatever you want, as long as you're willing to try hard enough for it. So I think that having to see a minority as a president was really you know, a great breakthrough for any minority here.
But you must be tempted. When you became a multi-millionaire, I mean, at a young age, you talked about the battle in your conscience buying goodies and cars. I guess you wrote of, I was breaking one of my own business rules, need versus necessity. Did I really need that kind of luxury? But you went ahead and bought it, right?
Sure, but I could afford it. You know, I think that part of the problem that we have today is that there's a lot of people that spend beyond their means, and it's not like I went on a spending spree to say, how do I spend every single dollar I created? It was more or less still consciously having buyer's remorse the next day.
Now, how many cars do you have today?
I downsized to one.
You did not.
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you. Now, this Fox thing you're involved with, The Secret Millionaire, is it just supposed to be about insights from people who make it, or how would you describe it?
I think it's a great experiment where it allows people to go undercover, where nobody expects anything from you, and you're able to go ahead and you know, you're basically lying to the community by saying you're doing a documentary, but at the end of the day, you reveal yourself by the people you've met throughout that 10-day experience.
But at what point do you tell them, hello?
At the end of the reveal, where you actually say, hey, by the way, I've been lying to you. I'm not doing a documentary. I'm actually doing this to help you out, and this is what I would like to do, and this is the gift I'd like to give you.
So how can I get on the show so you can give me them?
I don't know if you qualify.
Yeah, okay, fine. So do they have to do you a sad sack story? I mean, could they be Ford, GM, or Chrysler coming to you now for a bailout?
I don't know if I have that kind of money.
Well, but I heard you do. So it's the most compelling story is the one that wins you over.
Well, it's an emotional episode, and it's an emotional entire type of show that's never been produced you know, on TV. So it's really whichever touches you to want to go ahead and, you know, give them a second chance. And it's also beyond money. It's really renewing faith in humanity to a lot of people.
But they get money from you if they succeed.
That's right. It's basically a gift.
So it is about money.
No, it's basically also about renewing their faith, because a lot of these people
your money would renew my faith.
Yours would renew mine.
Oh, okay, very, very well put. The Dream, the book, the series is going to be on Fox News, The Secret Millionaire, Fox News, Fox, the big mothership. We look forward to it. G, thank you very, very much. All right.